very good day to you all. Loopy Bitcoin trader here. Lots of questions around at the moment surrounding the upcoming Bitcoin Gold fork happening on 25th of October, just 7 days away. Questions like, should I hold on to my Bitcoin? Or should I sell it to be safe before the fork? Can I keep it on an exchange like Coinbase? Or should I put it into a better wallet? If so, which wallet is best? Will I have control over my private keys? If I stay in Bitcoin over the fork, will I double my Bitcoin in the form of Bitcoin Gold? Will that be worth anything? What exactly is a Bitcoin fork anyway? Will the value of Bitcoin go down? So many questions. And guess what? They're all good questions, and you're not being dim, not getting it. It's just that there really isn't enough clarity out there that explains the tech in simple terms. So I'm going to try and answer all of those questions for you in this video as if you were completely new to Bitcoin. And I'm going to explain it in the form of a great analogy I thought of to help you out. So first off, is your current Bitcoin safe, and will it lessen in value at the time of these forks? Let me answer that by just mentioning something to you. When I go in and I perform an image search on Google for Bitcoin fork, it throws up images like this, a Bitcoin snapped in half. Now this is not a helpful image, and this is not what a Bitcoin fork is. It doesn't split in two, and it's not any less valuable after a fork either. I'm consistently seeing, and maybe this is where the problem lies, because I'm consistently seeing in news articles from well-respected investing blogs the term split in two to describe a Bitcoin fork. And this is from journalists who are supposed to have a clue. It is not split in two, and that's quite unhelpful terminology. A better way to look at a Bitcoin fork is a bit like the way a famous rock band or famous pop singer and their many tribute acts work. Now I'm going to use Michael Jackson in my example because, well, he kind of took the world by storm just like Bitcoin has. Now, the original Mr. Jackson began his solo career in 1971. Meanwhile, Bitcoin started out in 2009. So there's our starting block. Now, check out this guy. His name's Ben, and he's a Michael Jackson tribute act. He's pretty good. He can sing nearly as good as Jackson did. He looks a little like him. He talks like him. Hell, he even has some of the moves like him. But here's the thing. This guy isn't Michael Jackson. He's a hard fork of Michael Jackson. Ben forked off the Michael Jackson blockchain around about 2004 when he started out. Tickets to go see a real Michael Jackson concert when he was alive would set you back around about £1,000 or more. Tickets to go see a tribute act like Ben's might be around about £60. So, after the Michael Jackson fork, with Ben selling tickets to go see his show, tickets for Michael Jackson were unaffected by Ben's decision to tribute the original Michael Jackson. In other words, they weren't worth any less. And the original Jackson just continued on as normal, as if Ben didn't even exist. Michael Jackson did not split in two. As you can see from my analogy, Michael Jackson from his solo career, started in 1971, is the real Michael Jackson and isn't worth any less just because Ben started tributing his act in 2004. And this is it exactly with the original Bitcoin core and its tribute acts like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Gold or Bitcoin Poo or whatever Bitcoin they fork off in the future. The original blockchain is preserved and stays the same and is likely to be worth just the same after the fork and continue on just as normal. So your original Bitcoin is safe. You don't need to sell it prior to the forks. However, it is a good idea to move it into a wallet where you can control your private keys. And this is so you can take advantage of the fork by earning yourself just as much Bitcoin Gold as you have in Bitcoin at the time of the fork. Going back to my Michael Jackson example, it's a bit like the tribute act saying, look guys, I'm new around here, and as a special promo deal, I'll match the tickets you already own to see Michael Jackson by giving you a pair of tickets to come and see me for free, but only if you had them on October 25th when I forked. So why should you move your Bitcoin out of exchanges like Coinbase into a private wallet? It isn't necessary, I have to say. It's just a precaution, really. Things are better these days. Coinbase, they're generally, you know, have a bit of a moral center. I can't see it happening. But they do have control over your private keys. And technically, if they wanted to, they could divert the matched Bitcoin Gold into their own pockets. So it's not the end of the world if you leave it there, but using a wallet is a good habit to have, really, where you control the keys and not an exchange. It's just safer. I recommend a good hot wallet app for your smartphone, although steer clear of any apps that aren't well known. I personally use AitBitz for my iOS, but there's also Bread Wallet, which is simple to use too. Both of these apps let you keep your own private keys, although you have to work a little bit to get them. They're stored with you and are encrypted in your own account that they don't have access to. But if you have more than a couple of $1,000s worth of Bitcoin, I'd really be keeping that in a hard wallet like Trezor or Ledger Nano S, both of which are well known, fairly straightforward to use, and which is required whenever transactions are taking place. So no hacker can get to them. One more thing, after the fork, before you even attempt to move the Bitcoin Gold you earned over the fork out, I mean, you're not going to be able to move it anyway until they create a wallet for it, which is going to happen sometime in November. You should move your original Bitcoin again into a new wallet address. This is just as a precaution and would prevent what's known as what's called a replay attack from occurring. I do apologize if I'm losing some of you with this. If I am, do pop your questions into the comments and I'll try and answer them. To explain it, a replay attack using my analogy from before, I suppose it's a bit like your free, cheaper concert tickets for Tribute Act Ben being in the same place as your original Michael Jackson tickets, which of course your original Bitcoin, your Bitcoin Gold is. And if you move those cheaper tickets before you had the chance to move your Bitcoin to some other place safe, potentially someone could have seen you move them, sneak in and pilfer your original Michael Jackson tickets from the same spot. Of course, that may not happen and chances are quite slim, but, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry, as they say. Will Bitcoin Gold be worth more or worth as much as the Bitcoin you have now? That's highly unlikely. Initially, it's likely to be worth far, far less. But you're getting an equal amount of tokens for free, so if it's worth anything at all, it's a bonus, right? And you can just hold on to it and leave it where it is for a while, see if the price goes up. And one more thing before I go, to throw a bit of a spanner into my analogy here. There's another fork happening to Bitcoin in late November called Cedric 2. This is another tribute act, of course. But the difference with this guy, this tribute act, is it considers itself better than the original act. It thinks it's a better singer, has better moves, is better looking, wants to be the next Michael Jackson in Bitcoin form. Will it do it? It's anyone's guess, but I wouldn't bank on it. In my book, nothing is better than the original. You only have to ask the hundreds of movie executives who brought out failed sequels to answer that question. So Anyway, that's me done. I'm out of here. Any questions, hit me up in the comments and I'll try to help. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back along again in the future for some more helpful explainer videos. Have a great week.